When I think about World War II, one of the images that immediately pops into my mind is the nose art on military aircrafts that they had back then. The imagery of shark teeth painted on the nose of World War II fighter planes is inseparable from my mind. Alright, but what do these old aircrafts with fangs painted on them have anything to do with the Air Jordan 5? Well, when you take into account how aggressive, vicious, and fearless a basketball player MJ was, it all starts to make sense. In this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at the history and the inspiration behind one of my favorite Jordan models of all time, the Air Jordan 5. What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Brian and my brother Nacho and I make videos on sneaker history and all things related to sneaker culture. So if you're into sneakers, then you might want to consider subscribing because we drop fire content on sneakers all the time and you won't want to miss an upload. Alright guys, with that out of the way, let's get into this video. The year is 1990 and Michael Jordan is paving the way for his soon-to-be legendary career. In the 1990 season, Jordan won his second MVP award, averaging 30+ points per game. That same year, the Chicago Bulls finished first place in their division for the first time in 16 years and set a franchise record with 61 wins in the regular season. They nearly won the championship that year, but they ultimately lost to the Detroit Pistons. But nonetheless, Michael Jordan's hype was at an all-time high. I mean, he had already racked up Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Valuable Player, All-Star MVP, All-NBA, and All-NBA Defense, but still had no ring. Regardless, Michael Jordan was already on his 5th signature shoe. The Air Jordan 5 was designed by master shoe designer Mr. Tinker Hatfield in the year 1990. Hatfield had designed the two previous Air Jordan releases, the Air Jordan 3 and the Air Jordan 4. Both had tremendous success, so it was going to be a real challenge for him to reinvent the status quo. What's your favorite Tinker Hatfield design? Leave a comment below. Hatfield spent a lot of time watching Bulls games, carefully observing Michael Jordan's style of playing aggressive and relentless offense. He noticed that Michael would literally attack his opponents from all sides. His mindset would never waver, he just kept fighting. MJ is famous for being deathly competitive. At some point, Tinker Hatfield made the connection between World War II fighter planes and Jordan's mindset. It was a huge inspiration for the shoe. In fact, one of the silhouette's most striking design details are the jagged teeth on the midsole of the shoe. This was inspired by the pilots and Air Force crews that would paint shark mouths on the nose of their planes. Originally, this was done for practical reasons like identifying friendly allies in battle, but it eventually evolved into an expression of individuality. It was a type of escapism for the pilots, a way for them to evoke memories of home and peacetime life. This perfectly complemented Michael Jordan's fearless mindset. Another cool feature of the Jordan 5 was the translucent sole. Tinker Hatfield had just finished working on the design for the Nike Air Max for the 1989 film Back to the Future 2. The Nike Air Max featured a translucent sole and this design detail transferred over onto the Jordan 5. It was the first Jordan shoe to feature a translucent sole, something that would become a staple for the Jordan brand moving forward. Tinker Hatfield used 3M Scotchlite material for the tongue, which when dark enough outside, the tongue reflects back to produce a bright, highly visible silver light. This type of material is often used on workwear to increase visibility for construction workers or even runners. The Air Jordan 5 released in 4 original colorways: white and red, black and metallic, white and fire, and my personal favorite, the grape colorway. One thing to note is that out of the original 4, the fire red colorway was the only one that included the number 23 on the shoe. The grape colorway garnered a lot of attention thanks to Will Smith constantly rocking the shoe on the hit sitcom Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The show was so synonymous with the Jordan 5 that Nike released the Bel-Air in 2013, and in 2018 they released an official Fresh Prince version of the shoe to celebrate Will Smith's 50th birthday. It was essentially the grape colorway but with no laces. They even blocked out the lace holes so you can't put your own laces in them. I'm not sure if I'd rock those. What do you think? The silhouette has been released in nearly 50 colorways, so it would just be insane if I went through them one by one. But hey, let's go over some of my favorites. These are excluding the original 4 colorways. The Laney colorway. These dropped in 2000 and are inspired by the colors of MJ's high school. The Dorenbeckers. This one dropped in 2013 as part of Nike's annual tradition to raise money for the Dorenbeckers Children's Hospital in Portland, Oregon. The shoe is designed by a child patient from the hospital named Isaac. Its main feature is a poem that Isaac wrote that was printed all over the upper of the shoe. It's a beautiful backstory and it also glows in the dark. Who doesn't want a pair of shoes that glow in the dark? Next up, we've got the Raging Bull colorway. This nearly all red colorway is inspired by muletas, the red cloth you see bullfighters waving in the air to irritate the bulls. Imagine wearing these to a bullfight in Spain. the Supreme Jordan 5 in Desert Camo. This was Supreme's first collab with the Jordan brand. It has all kinds of cool details like the 94 in place of the 23 on the heel counter and the Supreme logo written inside the mesh paddles. Alright, I'm gonna do 3 more just because there's so many dope colorways of this shoe, and I just think I wouldn't be doing it justice without referencing some of these sneakers. Seriously though, if I didn't mention your favorite Jordan 5, please don't destroy us in the comments. The black grape colorway. What can I say? I'm a sucker for the grape colorway. It might not be as iconic as the original grape colorway, but I'm really digging the 90s vibes on this one. This next one comes from Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, the Trophy Room collab. The icy blue on these just goes so hard, and I love how they kept that fire red for the shark teeth. Too bad they cost about $1,100 on StockX right now, or else I'd cop. Alright, last one I'm gonna drop on you guys, and I know it's gonna piss a lot of you guys off, but the Off-White Jordan 5s are fire. The shoe features all of Virgil Abloh's go-tos like the zip tie and the Off-White text branding. But the coolest thing about the Off-White Jordan 5 are the circular windows around the mid panel and the ankle collar that you can either leave as is or pop out. Either way, I think it's a design that's going to stand the test of time. What do you guys think? The Air Jordan 5 is no doubt one of the most classic, most sought after sneakers in the world. It's definitely my favorite out of the entirety of the Jordan line, which is crazy. It goes up to like 35 now, I think. It's either the 5 or the 4s. It's really hard to decide. But hey, if you want to learn more about sneaker history, my brother Nacho and I put together this playlist for you. It's right here. It should be appearing on the screen any second now. And it's basically just a big playlist of all the sneaker videos, or sneaker history videos that we've done. We've done the New Balance 990. We've done the Stan Smith. We just did the Air Jordan 1. We're gonna do more Jordans in the future. But yeah, go ahead and click on that and it'll take you over to a fat playlist we made. And we'll see you guys in those videos over there. Peace.